Recently, I've been really motivated to go all in with my photography. I've started to love it again, and it's something that I'm excited about. For the longest time, I was in a bit of an art block. I'd always find excuses for one reason or another to not go out and create something. Now, it's not that I didn't want to, I just couldn't get myself to do it. That's all changed though, and I feel as though I'm more motivated than ever to create photos that I'm truly proud of. Inspiration can really come from anywhere, and it's one of the best things about being an artist. Throughout my photography journey, I've learned that a good plan will always make for a better artistic process. Overcoming artist's block is tricky, but I've noticed that a good way out of it is just forcing yourself to do something simple that nobody will even see. Go out just once and see how it goes. I find it only takes one evening to get the ball rolling. While I'm out shooting, a million ideas will come into my mind, and I'll be much happier after just getting out there. From there, it's easy to set back into old habits and forget about it, but make art your new habit. I try to do one thing each day that progresses my artistic journey, whether that's going out for a photo shoot for a whole afternoon, or it can be as small as making a plan for my next photo. For this picture, I wanted to lean into more of a horror style than I'm used to. It's a bit of a weird one. It's actually a bunch of separate images from all over England. I saw this chapel in the south of England and decided that it would be the perfect location for what I had in mind. Then, a few nights later, I was out taking photos of the night sky and moon, and on a different night the sky looked really gloomy, so I took that too. The final piece of this puzzle was me. I took this self-portrait a few weeks later, and then finally everything came together. After the editing process, I feel like I made something that I can be proud of. Do things ever just fall into place for you? Well, this one's an interesting process. I had an idea to do a tester shoot in a big open flower field, but it didn't really work out. I couldn't get my idea across, and nothing was really coming of it, but I was determined to make something of the evening. So I opened my notepad and scrambled together an idea on the spot, being really spontaneous. And then everything just seemed to fall into place. The lighting was just right, the location was amazing, and it just sort of worked. Here's the final image from that evening. I've had this idea in my head for over a year now, but I pocketed it for one reason or another. Either I didn't have the right props or the right location, until everything just sort of lined up. I love this image by Nino Is. It's the Elder Brain from Dungeons & Dragons. Something about the circle of hovering people really inspires me to make my own spin on it. Sort of like the game Death Stranding and all of the weird stuff on there. I love the idea of something ominous floating around in a pattern, almost like a flock of birds in the sky. I love the idea of this one, and the creepy arm reaching out into a sea of daggers is a really interesting idea. The concept of this photo evolved many times over, and I actually did this photo shoot 3 different times to get the exact idea across. When you break down this photo into small parts, it becomes much more manageable. Knowing that I could cut everything out separately really helped, and also knowing your limits within Photoshop helps to visualise the final image.